And last thing I'd actually like to say about that whole story, okay, with A and the cash and all of this, okay. Actually, you know, when I did Heroes of War and Chaos, and I originally made the Hawk supercomputer for our YouTube channel, that contact from Miami Beach, you know, my friend, um, is the one who paid for that original Heroes of Order and Chaos, PC. And so, a lot of this YouTube channel, actually, I do owe a lot of it, a large part of it, really, to and honesty, okay, for enabling this YouTube channel, okay. He gave us thousands of dollars, okay. I wrote him an email. I said, look, I have a project for YouTube. I've been recording on this iPad. He actually bought the iPad, okay. The iPad that I used for Heroes of Order and Chaos was bought for me by a customer, that I used to take care of in Miami. And, who originally, had dropped $700 in cash on the floor. And, I recovered it, and, he let me keep it. So yeah, man, okay? Not only, was I forgot about that, the Hawk supercomputer or whatever, that video, when we originally built, our computer to, mirror our display from our iPad, yeah, he paid the $2,000 in cash. I asked him for $2,000. He gave me $2,000 straight up. I told him I'd pay him back eventually, and I will. Either, him or his sister or somebody who he knows if he passes before I do pay him. On top of that, he bought the iPad 2. The iPad 2 that I played Heroes of Order and Chaos with until the very end, and mirrored the display on and did all the native recording on and all that, was purchased for me by him before I even, before I even got out of there. Okay, before I left Miami Beach. So, thanks, A, okay? And I know a lot of my subscribers are thankful to A as well. And, I'm super grateful for that man. He, positively impacted my life so well. I mean, few individuals in my life have brought me so much joy and so much laughter, so many good memories, as that one Scotch drinker, A, that one loving man. And on top of that, he did employ me for years afterwards, and would pay me even when I hadn't done any work. He would still give me cash, okay? For years he did that, for years, okay? It did have a sad ending, One time I accidentally deleted a lot of his data, okay? When I was working on one of his websites. I thought I was actually saving him money, and I deleted his data. So we lost contact after that. Unfortunately, he don't want to talk to me anymore. But, that I was an honest mistake, and